Right. This sort of rough and rugged guy who's like he's tough.
But let's approach this a different way. Let's stop worrying about what men want. Like, I don't give a crap what men want from me anymore. And now that I don't care, don't expect things, I attract the things because we don't chase the things, we attract the things. If you want a person, but the person don't want you, or they expect something differently of you, or they try to change you, guess what, baby? They not you person. Hard pill to swallow, right? That's just the way that the world obviously is grooming us to be. That we have to figure out what the other sex wants before we can figure out what we want. Is that what you're going off here? I'm not really sure. No, baby, you need to figure out what you want. Figure out what you like, figure out what triggers you, and learn to accept these things and not be triggered by them. What does another person think of me? Who cares? Why? Because other people's opinions, get this, do not validate or dictate how you should feel about yourself. It is so easy to cut people off who think that they can like control you by manipulating you by their thoughts and feelings being projected onto you. So love me or leave me. And this isn't an egotistical thing. This is actually getting out of the ego and learning self-love and self-appreciation and learning that y'all's opinion of me doesn't matter. If we don't jive together, sweetheart, we don't jive together. Don't expect another person to change. However, if you are in a toxic mindset and you have triggers, you still need to do some healing and changing. Sometimes it's not the other person. We always say, oh, I'm ready for a relationship. I'm good. I want this. Baby, I hate to tell you this. You're the problem. I sure the hell knew I was the problem. I would get comments all the time like, you're so pretty. Why are you not in a relationship? First of all, bubs, that has nothing to do with being in a relationship or not. It's your vibe. It's if you are in love with yourself. Yes, you have to be in love with yourself. You have to love yourself to love another. And the first person who comes to me is that you definitely need to do some more healing. And that's okay. This whole life is a journey of healing, to learn, to unlearn the learned things that you learned. Crazy, I know. To experience life and to learn how you were raised was probably not, well, a lot of things you were learning as you were growing was probably not real or true. The way you've experienced love from your family is unfortunately a direct reflection of you and your personality. And as we get older, we're supposed to learn to like heal that if we don't come from like a perfect family. And guess what? I bet none of y'all come from a perfect family. No matter, how many generations of healed people you come from. I just don't think it's happening. I don't know. Prove me wrong. We all have traumas. We all have to learn how to heal from them traumas instead of just burying them down deep and like, ugh. And remember that we are the problem. And it's okay to say that. I am the problem. And I know there's a few guys on here just like, I'm constantly trying to find that girl and I can't find a girl nowhere. Sorry, my guy voice is a little creepy when my voice is a little strained. What are you doing? What are you doing? You kind of have to act as if. Don't be going around hoeing it up. You want a relationship, live in the mindset of a relationship, not with like a particular person in mind, right? But just the idea of it. Do things that you would want your partner to do. Like if you want your partner to wake up early, wake up early. Like prepare yourself. If you want your person to be loving towards you, be loving towards yourself. Stop chasing people. Stop expecting people to chase you. That's not how love works. I'll tell you about this guy that I was talking to. My loving aunt decided to hook me up, give me information to one of her friend's sons. We only had a couple text messages between us. We decided to meet up. He no-showed on me, and I don't know what that was about, but I really wasn't trying. I don't think I was really interested because he barely wanted to communicate with me. And to me, communication is the biggest thing. You need to communicate with me. I don't care what you talk about. You could talk about everything that you are in love with, except if it's another woman. We ain't talk about that. You could talk about things that I don't like, and I will be happy for you, and I will talk and communicate with you about those things because I care about you. Not so much the things, but I care about you and the communication. That's key. Anyways, I digress. Tried to turn around on me, that he no-showed on me, right? Yeah, he did that. Couldn't figure out, why I wasn't chasing him. Because I really didn't care at this point. I was just trying to live my best life for me. Plus, I hadn't met him and I knew nothing about him. We exchanged a couple texts, He sends me this text. It's like, if you don't like me, then we ain't doing this. Like, he expected me to be like fully in love with him just through a couple meaningless text messages, and we didn't even get to know each other. I didn't give like any secrets. Neither one of us opened our hearts. Neither one of us like even said our favorite color of food. You're expecting me to be deeply in love with you, sweetheart. That is not how any of this works. Relationships are built on that communication and that trust. Like, you have to talk to each other, get to know each other. Usually about doing this consistently for about a month, you should know where your heart's heading. Your heart should not be fully in it at all at this point, and if it is, that's not love, that's lust. So needless to say, I had nothing to do with him after that. I told him, listen, dude, I don't know you. We didn't really even communicate, so I don't know what you're expecting of me. Not gonna do. Not doing it. He wanted me to chase him, and I didn't even know him. Like, I hadn't even met you in person. You don't know my favorite color. You don't even know my middle name. As you get to know somebody, and after like a month or two, you need to be able to communicate your actual feelings towards a person. Like, be an adult and like tell what's in here. The thing that we pretend like doesn't exist. Our heart, you have to wear it on the sleeve, And if you like a person and you're getting to know them, the minute you fall in love with a person, your whole demeanor towards that person completely changes. You instantly just become softer and more accepting and appreciative of the person. But like, dating nowadays isn't like that. It's like, oh, after one date you're in bed with the person. You shouldn't even be hooking up with the person until you can figure out where your heart is with that person. And people wonder why they get their heart broken all the time, and then they don't want to date, they just want to hook up. The hooking up is just not sinking in. I stopped sleeping with men a long time ago. Until I can find one that I can give my heart to. I'm not going to have sex with someone just to have sex with them. It's like giving a little piece of you to a person you don't like. You don't know if you like. This is a like really intimate thing that you're giving to a person, and people don't get that. And if you're hooking up with like more than one person and you're definitely not dating any of these people, you're not looking for anything committed. Stop lying to yourself. I know, bad habits. But try healing your heart and figuring out what is triggering you in your life. Heal those things. Work on you. And then the person who is meant for you will be attracted to you and come into your life. Let God, the universe, or whatever you believe in, bring that person to you, so you don't have to do all that hard work. Just be present. Have an open heart, an open mind towards things. What is meant for you is never going to pass you by. And if something does pass you by, it wasn't your time, or it wasn't meant for you, or who cares? Because now you're living in the moment, and that's not part of your moment. I'm very open and honest with people. Like, if I meet someone new and I'm attracted to them, and there's somebody that, I like their personality, I would like to get to know them better, I will be open and forthcoming towards them. Then I leave the ball in their court. They can either choose to communicate or ghost me. Most choose to ghost, which is very immature, and they're not supposed to be part of my life then if they're going to ghost me, obviously. So stop worrying about what other people do. Worry about you, babe. You will find someone perfect for you when you do. Just give it time. You can do this. I know you can.